OSPF or Open Shortest Path First. In this video I am going to talk about the OSPF fundamentals, and also we will learn what is the OSPF, what is the function of the OSPF, and what are the components of the OSPF, and finally we will learn about some of the fundamentals topics related to the OSPF. In future videos we will talk about the more advanced features of the OSPF, more advanced configuration, and finally you will learn OSPF completely in this class. The first thing that we should know is that the OSPF is one of the IGP protocols, IGP or Interior Gateway Protocol. Let me to review some of the topics related to the routing. You know that for completing the routing table in one router we have two choices. The first choice is the static configuration or a static method of configuration of routing table, and the second method is the dynamic method of completing the routing table. About the dynamic method, we have two types of protocols. The first protocol type is the IGP or Interior Gateway Protocol. IGP protocols or IGPs are working intra-AS, means inside of the AS, okay? We call them intra-AS protocols, but EGP or Exterior Gateway Protocol, okay, is working in between the AS. Between the AS means inter-AS, okay, protocols. We have today only one EGP. The name of this EGP is BGP. You will learn after OSPF in this class about the BGP, but now we are talking about the intra-AS protocols, okay? And you know that intra-AS protocols are working with one of these three different algorithm. The first algorithm is the distance vector routing protocols such as the RIP version 1 and also IGRP. The second type of the intra-AS or IGPs is the link state protocols such as the OSPF and also ISIS, okay? And finally, you know that IGPs can work with another method and another algorithm, the hybrid algorithm or advanced distance vector such as the RIP version 2 and also EIGRP. In the previous videos in this class we have learned about the EIGRP, okay, one of the hybrid or for example advanced distance vector protocols. Now we are starting to talk about the OSPF or Open Shortest Path First. Maybe you ask me what are the benefits of the OSPF to other protocols. You will learn about the detail, but let me to say that you know that the first protocols, okay, and the IGP protocols are the RIP version 1 and IGRP, the distance vector protocols, okay? Here you can see about the for example historical order. We have the RIP version 1 and also IGRP as the first protocols that were created, invented and in the, for example, 1990, 1995, for example, period of time. And after that we experienced the OSPF and also the ISIS, okay? Actually we can say about the historical order, we had first distance vector protocols, after that link state, and after that the hybrid protocols. About the distance vector protocol, we had many deficiencies. Let me to write here some of them. For example, you know that distance vector protocols actually are using the working on the classful networks. You know that today's we don't use the classful networks. Another deficiency of the distance vector protocols is that in the distance vector protocol we are using the interval update. Interval update means, for example, in the RIP version 1, in each 30 seconds we should advertise the networks without any change occur in the network. This means that we are consuming the resources such as the bandwidth, such as the CPU usage in the network, but this is not efficient. You know that for example about the OSPF, we are working on the classless networks. Actually, OSPF support variable length subnet mask. Let me to say that the first protocol that was released for the classless networks was the OSPF. Okay, after that, in the EIGRP, RIP version 2 and other protocols, we have experienced the classless networking and also classless loading and also a variable length subnet mask. But the first protocol was OSPF. After that, in OSPF we are using incremental update. Okay, incremental update means in OSPF we are sending only the change. Okay, also in OSPF we have one for example another mechanism. In each 30 minutes we are sending updates. Okay, but actually OSPF is using the incremental update type. Actually, as you can see here, now we have benefits in compare with the distance vector protocols. Also, in distance vector protocols, in most cases we are sending the updates and also the packets of the protocol in with broadcast packet. This is not efficient because when you are sending broadcast, all computers, all hosts on the network can receive the updates, and this is not good. This is not efficient, and also here we have some security risks. But in the OSPF, in the EIGRP, in the RIP version 2, okay, we are using the multicast updates, okay, in some cases, and also unicast update in some other cases. Because of that, we can say OSPF is more efficient in compare with the RIP version 1 IGRP about the sending updates. After that, you know that in the distance vector protocols, the possibility of loop exists, and this means that routing loop can be occurred. The detail is not important for us, but let me to say that here we in the OSPF we don't have the possibility of routing loop. Because of that, we can say about this feature also we have benefits in compare with the distance vector protocols. Also, you know that one of the for example things related to the distance vector protocol that is so bad about the RIP version 1 and also IGRP is the slow convergence. Okay, let me to say that OSPF has some mechanism. Okay, with those mechanism in OSPF we are using a protocol with fast convergence. Okay, but it is important to tuning the OSPF. But if you tune OSPF, the OSPF can work with fast convergence, and it is so good. Also, we have many other deficiencies in the distance vector protocols that we have solved them in the link state protocol or for example in the OSPF. Because of that, you will learn about these details. Okay, the detail is not important, but finally we can say the OSPF as the first link state protocol is more efficient protocol than the distance vector protocols. You know that first RIP version 1 and also IGRP means distance vector protocols was created. After that, the link state protocol was created, and then in the hybrid protocol, for example EIGRP, take some of the advantage of the link state and combine them with the distance vector features, and finally we have the hybrid protocols. Okay, very good. Until now we have learned about the OSPF. Don't forget that the OSPF is a non-proprietary protocol. What is the meaning of non-proprietary protocol? The meaning of non-proprietary protocol means the OSPF is not for example is not owned, okay, with one brand. Actually, the OSPF ownership is for the standard bodies such as the IETF. Because of that, you can use OSPF in each brand. You don't have any limitation about the usage of OSPF in one brand, and this is one of the advantage of the OSPF. Let me to say that in the first days until 2013, EIGRP is one of the Cisco proprietary protocols, and you could use the EIGRP only on Cisco brands, on Cisco devices, but OSPF can be used in, for example, all time in all brands. Because of that, maybe the OSPF is the most implemented routing protocol in the world. Because of that, now we know that the OSPF is suitable for multi-vendor networks, non-proprietary IGP. Also, you know that as you can see here, the OSPF is the abbreviation of the Open Shortest Pass First. What does it mean? Open Shortest Pass First means open